This episode has been brought to you by CompleteNutra.com, whole family nutrition.
Another thing that I am getting a lot of sun. I saw one study, it's been a couple years ago, that said that a lot of times the people that are the most deficient in vitamin D are the people that are out in the sun all the time, because those are the people that are wearing sunscreen all the time, and they're actually never getting any exposure to the sun.
It's so sad.
They're more deficient sometimes if they're always outside because they're so afraid of the sun that they keep lathering up.
Yeah. I have family members that do it. They're outside a lot with their occupations, and they're long sleeve, long pants, caps, collars up.
I mean, in that case, you have to supplement. Like, you're not going to get it any other way.
You have to. That's the thing. I think that, during the 70s when supplementation became popular, in the 80s it kind of started to boom, in 90s it was exploding, right? And I think when it first came out, when things like the idea of a packet of vitamins, remember those day packs that came out in the 80s? Those were really cute and popular. I think a lot of us thought, well, if I'm sick, I might need to do that. Or if I wanted to go to the Olympics, I might need to do that. But I can be fine not doing that. And what I want to go on record for saying is, those days are over. No.
Look at the correlation. 70s, mid 70s, we get nutritional supplements starting to come onto the scene. But what else we get come on the scene? Glyphosate. Well, glyphosate. So when you're looking at that, it's like, why do we need nutritional supplements? Well, they started at the same time. Glyphosate started taking all the nutrients out of the food. Any nutrients we were getting in the first place now started leaving the food as the food was growing. So supplementation kind of became, right at that time period, probably really important, especially for the American population, which is nobody really knew it yet, what was going to happen. Right. But when you look back, it's so important, the supplementation, and it happened at that same kind of point in time.
Yeah, a lot of tragedies went down from the 70s to the 80s. We didn't know what ConAgra was, when I went to high school, but by the early to mid 80s, we sure did. And we were kind of all waking up going, that can't work out well. And it hasn't worked out well, actually.
Right, no, it hasn't.
Since the 70s, we've had the flu shot has been invented, and we've just had thing after thing after thing after thing. Yeah, there's been a lot in just since the 70s. It's actually kind of remarkable. The advent of psychotropic, SSRI, things like Prozac, Paxil, all those serotonin reuptake inhibitors, those started all flying out into the public in the 80s. And I feel pretty confident that the old definition of depression, which was you have a serotonin deficiency, is now outdated. And there may be a minor serotonin deficiency, but the true depression is massive inflammation, massive. That you're so inflamed that everything is just, it hurts. It hurts to live. It hurts to get up. I don't want to do anything. And by the way, I've been there. I've been massively depressed before. But imagine if just regular supplementation could make a huge impact in that. And that's what I see. I see that all the time in clinical practice. So we can't do nothing anymore. When we did the glyphosate conversation, I talked about how the staff of life was transformed into the staff of death. This is another example. We can't not get sun. We need it. We were designed in a symbiotic relationship with the sun, for goodness sake. Definitely. So all this being indoors does not work. It can't work. It's going to foster problems. Vitamin D3 and K2 is amazing for inflammation. So in my mind, it keeps coming back to sort of what are the most essential things? If I could only supplement with maybe 5 things, Dr. Jessie, what would those be? Number 1 would be vitamin D3 and K2, and your dose would be anywhere between 5,000 and 10,000 IUs every day. That would be one for sure. And probably the next one would be a good omega product, a good fish oil. And probably the next one would be a little bit of vitamin C every day, because when we're under a lot of stress, which every American is, whether they think so or not, their bodies will say, yes, I'm stressed. The adrenal glands eat up vitamin C like crazy. So if you're working a job and raising a family, your adrenals are just chewing up vitamin C like candy. So you need to take vitamin C as well.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. I am taking it.
Yeah, good. That's good. I think most people are smart enough that those 3 things for sure, they understand that makes sense to me and I can do that.
Yeah.
And then I'm a big fan of some of the other less known plant foods, even like moringa. So if someone said, I don't have a lot of money, but what could I do? I'd be like, okay, vitamin D3, K2, let's get you on a good omega, let's get you on a little bit of vitamin C, and let's get you on some moringa. And that would be a really good baseline for a lot of people that aren't fighting disease processes. That's just a really nice day in, day out. And then one of the things I found when I was researching vitamin D3 a few years back was that magnesium is also a coactivator for vitamin D3. So magnesium, Dave, this is interesting. Magnesium is the most deficient mineral for Western civilized people.
And
everyone
this
talks about
leads
calcium.
like cramps. It leads to like cramping and things.
Not everyone, though. See, that's the thing. All bodies are so different. It can lead to muscle spasms and muscle cramps. It can. But not every body will get that symptom. It can also lead to sleeplessness, nervousness. It apparently, if you don't have enough magnesium, can lead to depression. So there's a lot of kind of interesting clinical symptoms that the average person may not know or recognize. Just feeling tired and weak can be magnesium. So
now, are there like natural doctor offices where someone could go in and like maybe do a blood test or something and then get results, and then the doctor could say, like, actually see the results, say, hey, you need some of this, you need this, to a different level? Or is that a thing?
It is a thing, and the answer is really yes and no. So you can't do a blood test because the blood will just show what's happening now, as opposed to a urine test, which would be more accurate for nutrition. So you could do a urine test, and it can look at your metabolites, and it can look at, different things that would indicate the need for certain vitamins. And there are labs doing those tests, and there are functional doctors who have broken the mold and broken out of the AMA stigma around supplementation and have thriving practices
awesome.
all over this country. They don't put ads in the newspaper.
Like
it's all
Gundry
word of
or
mouth.
Gundry. Dr. Gundry.
Like Dr. Gundry.
He's an MD.
He's an MD.
Yeah.
There's so many now. There's many. But testing for how much nutritional supplements you need, so say you did do a urine test, you would probably need to do it again once a month. So that's kind of the challenge.
To get your rhythm, to find the...
You have to keep tweaking and tweaking and tweaking.
So that's the way you would test. You would actually get on a routine, like a monthly routine of
because the
testing.
body's so dynamic. And say you were massively magnesium deficient and massively vitamin D3. And so you're doing kind of a build it up for 30 or 60 days, but you won't need to keep doing those doses.
But then you get to see your graph if you continually go get your checkups and see where you're at. That's good.
In my fantasy, this is the doctor's office of the future, is you will run these tests. You will then be told this is exactly how you need it to go. And then my real fantasy is they say, and give us a week and we'll have that shipped to your door. You'll get 90 packets of pills and just take one a day after breakfast and one a day after dinner, done.
And then we'll test you at the end of that and see how you're doing.
And we'll see you in a month. We'll see you in a month, and we tweak it. And their manufacturer just makes those little packets, and depending on what they order, that's just what goes into Dave Stone's packet. Yeah. So that's, I think, where this is going, and Lord knows we have the technology for this.
Thank you for joining us for the Healthy and Family Show. Visit our website at healthyandfamily.com. That's healthyandfamily.com to see what all the other doctors, experts, and real moms have to say about keeping your whole family healthy. This episode has been brought to you by CompleteNutro.com, Whole Family Nutrition, and aired on the Goldstone Network. People, Planet, Future.